It's all I wanna do.
Move. 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 Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Move. 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 Review for me. Move. Review for me. Move, review for me, review for me, review for me, you do to me, review for me, review for me, review for me, you do move, review for me, review for me, review for me, you do to me, review for me, review for me, move. 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 Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Move. 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 Review for me. Move. Review for me. Move. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do move. Review for me. Review for me. Review for me. You do to me. Review for me. Review for me. Move. 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 Move.
Prepare for battle.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.
The battle begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OPTV's Mech Mania Monday 2v2 DOTAMech Tournament. That is right, folks. We are playing AirMech in the style of MOBAs this evening, where each team gets a round of bans, then a round of picks, then a second round of bans, and then a second round of picks. As the night goes on, I'm sure that these teams will become a little bit more familiar with how it goes, and the picks and bans will go a little bit smoother, but it already has opened up a completely unexpected strategy from these two teams as the picks and the bans went through. You saw it all happening live as those picks and bans were happening. In the end, it wound up that the Angel and the Helix made it through for Team Swag2DaMax, which consists of the BigBoss and BelligerentFool. The other two mechs that made it through for Team Doordie, which consists of iLoveSandy and Steandrexd. I probably just completely murdered your name, and I apologize on that. But it was the Osprey as well as the Paladin. Should provide a really interesting match right off the bat. As you can see, folks, no Striker whatsoever. Striker was one of the first round bans right off the bat. Not too unexpected from that end. But because of that, it was an Osprey that didn't make it through first round bans. Something that I think a lot of people were not expecting, and it is iLoveSandy getting first blood of the evening against BelligerentFool. Both teams already trying to push hard into this middle outpost territory. BigBoss also showing up that new AirMech cookie that was part of RDP's Cookie Contest 2014. Hopefully you all were able to make some awesome tasting and awesome looking cookies and got involved in that great community event. Not all things in AirMech that are sponsored by Carbon have to be competitive. That is right, that AirMech cookie and the sled both represent things for just doing other off-the-wall fun stuff. However, looking at right now, it is fairly even. Both teams pushing hard into this middle outpost. 25 upkeep to 33 upkeep. Upkeep a little bit in favor right now of the blue team. However, BelligerentFool as an Angel, we have seen him use Angel in the past. He's very good, very skilled with it. I'm actually in some ways surprised that he waited until second rounds to go for an Angel, or that someone didn't ban it out. That's part of what I was saying, guys, that if you were going to be playing in this week's tournament, you may want to study and learn your opponents. BigBoss so close to death, but his brother, BelligerentFool, flies in to save his older brother's life. I think his older brother needs to take him to a trip to Taco Bell tomorrow for saving him right there. Because that's a good way for a little brother to watch over a big brother, right? Is it supposed to be the other way, folks? Isn't the big brother supposed to watch over the little one? Well, either way, folks, we're still in the middle battle here. Really close, 39 to 38 upkeep. The real difference when we look at it right now is that there's 3 artillery there. There is 2 artillery. There's a little bit more artillery in favor of the green team. However, BigBoss and BelligerentFool using the capabilities and strengths of the mechs that they did select for this match. Angel, he's hanging back. He's sniping off the units from a far and safe distance. It's been working pretty well so far. BigBoss using the capabilities of the Helix to shoot the missiles round the corner, and then using those really powerful guns. Helix has a very powerful gun. BelligerentFool in a lot of trouble right now. If an artillery shell lands in his way, it might be enough to kill him. However, iLoveSandy also close to death. Which one of these two are going to get out? They both get out. BelligerentFool, great loop, survives. And iLoveSandy realizes, you know, I just better get out there, heal up, come back to fight another day. 45 to 45 upkeep. Identical on both sides. However, if you look at this map, just because the upkeep is identical, that doesn't necessarily mean map control is identical. Clearly, as we can see, green team, the Swag2DaMax team, is really pushing hard into this middle outpost, and they're starting to get it heavily under their control. Double kill for BigBoss. Complete team wipe on Team Doordie. iLoveSandy and Steandrexd both down for the count. That is going to give both of these brothers here a lot of opportunities to try to mop up almost everything that's in this area. The blue team might have to completely rely on this auto-deploy jackal spam that they're deploying out, circling up, and are going to use it as a secondary attack method. So far, I have not seen Team Swag scout that yet. If it's not scouted and they're not aware of it, it maybe could catch them off guard, but it has to work for Team Doordie. If it doesn't, then that means all their money, all their upkeep, everything that could have went into potentially winning this battle for mid could potentially lose them everything. BigBoss right now using those Helix missiles, but it is actually through the Flacker support. The tables are turned on BigBoss. He goes down. BelligerentFool right now down in the bottom corner. He takes over this lower outpost. Great job by him getting extra map control. Team Doordie is really starting to get their backs pushed up against the wall a little bit. They're going to need to be careful, and they're going to need to do something with this soon. And as I'm saying that, that's when they're going to go ahead and deploy, but they're not going to Y push it. They are going to T push it into this outpost, trying to recover it. They will neutralize the outpost, but how much losses will they take? The answer is not as much as I anticipated, as both green team members did not come in to try to help out. And actually, pretty good. And iLoveSandy realizing he cannot wait right now. They're still in a very bad position. He's going to go ahead and push out. Fantastic decision, I believe, on this part. The only bad thing is that it moved out in 2 separate waves. Because of that, there's going to be significant losses as it pushes through the middle, especially because Team Doordie did not use a custom V-pathing. They sent every last Jackal straight through the middle. Significant damage done to those Jackals just trying to break through the units, and it allowed BigBoss and BelligerentFool to just go ahead and mop up everything else, and that entire Joker Jackal train was just nothing more than food for these two guys. And as you can see, the levels show it. Level 7 for both members of Team Swag. Meanwhile, level 5 for both members of Team Doordie. BigBoss going down once again. Those heavy flackers are just turning out to be the bane of boss this particular game. But unfortunately, everything that was devoted for Team Doordie, with all their time of all those Jackals, all that investment, didn't do much more than just net them a single outpost. They now have to try to push in, rebuild their forces. They're doing pretty good so far. They are at least getting the rest of Green's units to at least be pulled back a little bit further, trying to get it out of artillery range. The Sonias are going down. Right now, this game could kind of go potentially either way. It almost could wind up that does one of these two teams find a unique method or strategy or maximize the strengths of their mechs while trying to also minimize their weaknesses. iLoveSandy in a lot of trouble between BelligerentFool and the Angel, and those Helix missiles just cannot get out. And now Steandrexd left behind will also be taken out. Two-man wipe, complete power play now for Team Swag. And they're just trying to mop up. They don't want that second front being built up. BigBoss almost dying in the process. But he knew he had enough life to stay in there and take it out the rest of the way. 63 to 43 upkeep. What is Team Doordie thinking of right now? They've got everything devoted right here that really doesn't look like 43 units if you think about it. It really looks much less than that. But as we can see when we look on the map, there really is nothing anywhere else. No secret buildups, no auto deploys, no custom V-path circles or anything. BelligerentFool down to half health, easy to get out of there. Plus the fact an Angel with that level 3 loop-de-loop, really easy to able to survive, is now going to go ahead, use that sniper rifle. He is level 9. He's got his first level of ultimates online. He should be able to snipe a lot of those artillery cannons right out from the bat without exposing himself to too much danger. BelligerentFool getting another kill on Steandrexd. And again, I am probably murdering your name, and I apologize for that. More map control in favor of Team Swag. 93 potential max upkeep to 61 on the blue team side. Blue team is definitely fighting an uphill battle right now. Can they get back into this? Can they find some area, some opening, some place to break through these lines? Keeping in mind, folks, I'm sure a lot of you have played on Thar already, and you're very much aware of the fact that Thar has a lot of open paths, a lot of alternate ways to go through. You don't always have to focus on the mid. Steandrexd right now trying to maximize that carry capacity of the Osprey, bringing in two Geminis, trying to heal it up. iLoveSandy there with his Paladin shield, trying to absorb some of those missile shots. Steandrexd using the heal of the Osprey to keep him alive, online longer. Some damage is being done. Is enough damage going to be done? I'm not so sure. Right now, though, Sandy and Steandrexd split up, and in the process of that, BigBoss was able to eliminate one off, and without the Osprey, the Paladin just has to pack up, get out of there, and now we'll be able to take out the rest of those tanks were dropped in. Some damage was done, but not as much as I'm sure they were hoping for. And now they have to be careful because Team Swag pushing hard into this lower outpost. If they get this, that will leave only one more outpost on the map, currently neutral, and will completely push Team Doordie up against the wall. Double kill, 1 kill for each brother. Complete team wipe. What can they do with this right now? BelligerentFool hit level 10, has not leveled up to level 2 on his cannon yet. Steand throwing up the GG, realizing that there's just so much map control loss that there's probably not much else that they can do. BigBoss now is going to come through, clean it up, and most likely will start pushing out at this point. However, even though Steand did throw up the GG, he's not giving up. He is landing down. He's using the heal aura. iLoveSandy using the damage aura. All the auras are coming out right now. Can they somehow fight their way into a 113 to 35 upkeep deficit? I don't know, folks. I mean, stranger things have happened, but that is not... I wouldn't hold my breath on this one, folks. This is a really hard position to come back from. Everything that the blue team has is right here. They have no outpost control. Sandy trying to get back at least one of the outposts. Now, had this been pre-patch, before the most recent patch, this game may have gone completely differently. If you've ever seen iLoveSandy play, back 2 patches ago, before there were any changes to the auto-deploy, iLoveSandy used to auto-deploy shooters like there was no tomorrow. And sometimes it just would completely overwhelm the other players no matter what. Being so close to death, he does not get out of there. BelligerentFool actually securing both of those kills. That is 5 kills for BelligerentFool, 6 kills for the BigBoss, and unfortunately that outpost was held on to for only a short amount of time. It was a good try, but it just did not work. Green team now feeling that they have enough of an advantage. 118 unit cap to 36. I'd say you guys are probably in a strong position. They are going to go ahead. They're pushing through. BelligerentFool using that sniper rifle to just obliterate all of the blue units that are sitting there. And these tanks are just going to come through like a steam train that cannot be stopped. There's a little bit of a last stand here, but with an Aegis, a Ratchet, a Jammer, and 2 artillery cannons, man, this is just feeding stuff to the units. There's no way those units are going to hold out. This is the final stand of Steand and Sandy. They are Bucky building with a few artillery cannons, hoping that somehow those Bucky missiles can overwhelm. Fire everything! However, the one thing that they did not count on is the fact that BigBoss and BelligerentFool are great at picking up, supporting their units, spreading them around, and just putting on extra pressure. However, a lot of units have been lost. A lot of these tanks have been lost. There's still 105 upkeep left. But all things considered, the blue team is holding on much better with just these Bucky supports than you maybe would have anticipated. iLoveSandy close to death. He just makes it over to his fortress in time. He will survive on. iLoveSandy now deploying out his Buckies. That is probably a mistake right there. I mean, yes, you're already in a bad position. Yes, you're already taking damage. Yes, there's probably no fighting back into it anyway, but still, that was a surprise for him to push out those Buckies and move them out from the base. They took out a few of the tanks, but nowhere near enough. They're down to only 25 upkeep now, 107 in favor, 4-1 advantage in favor of the green team. And they're going to push all their units into this extremely fortified tank lines that the tanks look like they're almost shaking, guys. Look at that. The way that they have them there and the way they're moving, these tanks are scared, guys. They're shaking. They're shaking in their treads. Don't be scared, Geminis. You can do it. You can do it. Complete domination of the map now. Every single outpost in green's control. 15 seconds before domination is reached. Looks like Big Boss and BelligerentFool are not going to try to fortress kill this, but just win through attrition, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, they do have some pretty heavy carry mechs. There we go. That's using more advantage of your mechs. Helix and Angel, huge carry capabilities. That's the way to use them. That is a crap ton of tanks being dropped in all at once, and that will be more than enough tanks to secure them the win and move on. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of this match, Team Swag2DaMax, consisting of BelligerentFool and the Big Boss. You're watching OPTV. I am Steve. Do not go anywhere because Game B is coming right up.